Hello, and welcome to episode 10 of Who'd Win?
DC sucks.
I'm your co-host, Kyle Wood.
I'm also co-host, Aidan Wood.
And today's episode, as we often do about every 5 episodes, is going to be a different format than you might be used to. The first, 4 episodes, and then the last 4 episodes have been pitting one Mar-Vell universe character versus another relatively equally matched character to see who would win. And Aidan and I battled it out to see who would win without having any discussion prior. But in episode 10, we are changing to a rapid fire format, and our normal tiebreaker is here to MC this episode.
So the rules of this episode are we are going to use your suggestions that we asked for in episode 9. And unlike last episode, they do know the matchups this time, and they're going to briefly talk about who would win in those matchups. For the first battle from Don Wood, we have Rogue versus Mystique.
Rogue versus
So
Mystique.
you want to start us off?
I'll start us off. I'm going to go Rogue on this one. Easy for me. Rogue, if you don't know, can steal other people's powers. Sometimes she walks around with a power set that is not stolen. Like she starts off with like Captain Marvel's powers or Wonder Man's powers or whatever. I know Mystique can change and stuff, but Rogue's just way more powerful. If Mystique were any more powerful, then Rogue would just steal her powers.
Yeah, I think Rogue too. It's basically putting a 2-on-1 because she has Wonder Man's powers apparently.
Sometimes.
And so it's basically putting Wonder Man, and if she steals Mystique's powers, it's basically putting Wonder Man and Mystique against.
Yeah, she can like add powers on them too. She could steal a bunch of people's powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Rogue.
Alright, our next matchup from Ethan Dillinger, we have Human Torch versus Quicksilver.
Go for it, Abe.
I think Quicksilver would win, because I know that Human Torch is basically a dude with fire powers and that can fly and has some superhuman enhancements. Quicksilver, although he's like more of a Flash kind of guy, it's a lot like the Flash. He can do the walls thing, and I just think that Quicksilver...
What do you mean the walls thing?
Where he can make his molecules go through walls, like Flash does. And so, yeah, I think Quicksilver would win because he can just swirl around a tornado and just make Human Torch get stuck in it, and it's done.
I'm going Human Torch on this one for sure because Quicksilver isn't on the Flash level. He can't run that fast. As far as I remember, he can break like the sound barrier, but he can't like run around the planet and change time and stuff like the Flash. Also, the Human Torch isn't just fire. He's like nuclear level. So he can basically do, what does he call it? Where he does like a supernova thing?
Flame on.
I think it's called supernova.
Oh,
when he like explodes.
Oh, yeah.
And that would just eradicate Quicksilver. He has no like healing really or anything like that. So Human Torch for sure.
Alright, our next matchup from Alex Villarreal, we have Michael Korvac versus Captain Mar-Vell.
Alright, so Korvac and Mar-Vell, Villarreal is digging deep on this one. So Korvac wins by a landslide. This really isn't a fair fight at all. Korvac has defeated the entire Avengers by himself before, killed them all, and then got upset about how he killed them all and brought them back to life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's that.
Yeah. He's just on a way better. He's like on like high Evolutionary's level.
He's on a high level. He's up there.
Alright, our next matchup from Rude Grouch.
Hey, Rude Grouch!
Is Doctor Strange versus Scarlet Witch.
Alright,
Aiden?
I think Doctor Strange, although Scarlet Witch, I will point out that Scarlet Witch does have a way better power level. Doctor Strange is smarter and he's better at combat and he has a more control with his powers than Scarlet Witch.
Nice. Okay, all good reasons. I agree, actually. Usually, Doctor Strange, I would agree. Scarlet Witch's power set has changed a lot over time, and especially in the movies. Sometimes it looks like she has telekinesis. Sometimes she has magic. Sometimes she has this like mutant power set where she can change the probability of things occurring. And that's how they're trying to explain magic, which is really weird. Doctor Strange is the Sorcerer Supreme. He is magic. He does have all these relics like the Eye of Agamotto and the cloak of somebody or something. Yeah, and then he's got the bands of Sidorak that can wind people up. He can do it. He also tends to be way more knowledgeable. And though Scarlet Witch has been pumped up to be a super reality warping level before, she isn't always.
All right, next matchup.
Thanks, Rick Crouch.
Another one from Alex Villarreal.
Hey, Villarreal!
We have the High Evolutionary
Woo!
versus Doctor Doom.
Is it my turn?
I think so.
I'm going. Okay, so Doom is probably the coolest bad in the Marvel universe. Okay, Mr. Sinister is the coolest bad, but Doctor Doom is like the bad guy of the Marvel universe, really.
Yeah.
But High Evolutionary dude, lesser known guy, but he has this suit you'll see in the images that he can. He has learned to evolve himself down to like a cell. Back to an organism. He can involve other creatures. And I honestly thought before I researched for this episode, to be honest with you, that he had to do that over time and he was just a scientist guy, but no, he can just do it. He can also fight pretty well. I didn't know, but he's actually evolved himself to be as smarter than Doom. Doom does have magical powers sometimes too, but High Evolutionary has taken on like Galactus and stuff. Yeah.
What about you, Aiden?
Yeah, High Evolutionary has taken on like Thanos.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's insanely powerful. He's just like I said with Korvac, he's just on a way better level.
He is. He's just a higher level. Unfortunately, Korvac and Evolutionary might have been a better battle.
All right.
Korvac would win that though.
Battle 6, also from Ethan, is Juggernaut versus the Hulk.
So Jugs is the strongest guy in X universe, probably, in X and
Unstoppable force.
What do you think, Abe?
I think Hulk wins because Hulk is really strong, like he says he's the strongest one there is. But I probably assume that's not true. Anyway, he's just insanely strong, and he gets really powerful when he's mad, and he's just really powerful.
Okay, so Hulk is just plain stronger. So Jug's abilities, mutant-wise, well, not really mutant-wise, but from Sidorak, he has that big helmet like you've seen if you've seen X3. He is supposed to be unstoppable, literally, which means if he's running forward charging, you literally cannot stop him. It's like he has unstoppable inertia. There has been a comic, though, where Hulk was able to redirect his inertia and basically make him run off forever because he couldn't even stop it, which sounds like comic book science to me, but comic science. But I'm going Hulk just because he's playing stronger.
Battle number 7 from Static Midget, or Aiden Krill.
Hey, Krill.
Is Iron Man versus Spider-Man.
Iron Man, Spider-Man. Okay, so those of you out there in TV land, YouTube land, might not know, but usually when you're doing a head-to-head matchup in the Marvel Universe, you would compare how well that person fared against Spider-Man. You might seem like that's random because most people wouldn't think Spider-Man was all that powerful, but he is really powerful, and he also happens to have been around a long time and fought a lot of people.
Yeah. Like a lot.
Like a lot. So I give Spider-Man a little bump up. So I'm going Spider-Man on this one, shockingly, because he's stronger. He has the spidey sense that I'm always big on, from other episodes. And he's nearly as smart and does have some of the technological benefits Iron Man does.
Yeah, I'm going with Spidey. I think the Spidey sense would be a lot more helpful because Iron Man has a lot of attacking abilities and not so much defensive. His armor does help, but I think Spider-Man could just jump out of the way, punch him, and he's just flat out stronger, like you said.
Okay. I think this is one of those battles where preparation comes into effect too. If Iron Man gets to prepare like Batman did for Superman in the movie, or Rocket could have for our group matchup, then maybe Iron Man wins.
Yeah.
All right, next matchup from Katie Stanford is, Aiden's gonna love this, Howard the Duck versus Spider-Ham.
Okay, go for it.
I'm sadly going with Spider-Man.
Whoa! Newsflash! Howard the Duck is Aiden's favorite character, and Nova. I don't know why. So, how in the world Spider-Ham beat Howard the Duck, master of quack food?
I think Spider-Ham is basically Spider-Man with a wooden hammer.
And a pig body.
And most importantly, in a big body.
Yes. So it's basically putting Howard the Duck with Spider-Man's with a big hammer. I mean, with a hammer. So yeah, I think.
So both these characters exist in kind of comic book corners of the Marvel Universe where I don't want to say reality because I guess the Marvel Universe isn't real, but normal conventions in comics don't even apply. So I'm gonna go Howard the Duck because he is master of quack fu, and he has taken on people much more powerful than him and held his own. Spider-Ham isn't a pig with Spider-Man powers. He's a spider turned into a pig with spider powers. That's all I have to say about that.
He was originally a spider and he was bitten by a radioactive pig person.
No, apparently his mom was radioactive, so I don't get it. It doesn't have to make sense.
Okay, our final matchup is Iron Man versus Black Panther.
Ooh.
I'm going with Black Panther on this one. Like you said, if Iron Man had time to prepare and stuff, I think he would win. But Black Panther could just rip through his armor and he has a vibranium suit while Iron Man is made out of metal and iron.
Right.
And I just think that he could defend with his vibranium suit while also attacking with his claws and stuff.
This is tough for me because Black Panther has gotten a recent kind of upgrade the last 7, 8, 10 years. Where he used to be more of a Captain America, Batman-y kind of guy. He's kind of gotten his strength levels increased. He's gotten a vibranium suit, which he didn't have many years ago, or they didn't make as big a deal about. Now he has some necromancy powers, believe it or not, which is kind of crazy that they've tapped into him being able to tap into his ancestors, and somehow that's given him necromancer powers. But I feel like I'm poo-pooing on Iron Man a lot, giving him 2 losses to people that aren't maybe losses, but I'm going Black Panther too.
I'd have to agree.
I don't know. That's tough. That's a good one. That's probably the most even of the day, I think, for me. That's tough. But Black Panther for me on that one too.
All right. Well, that's the end of our episode. We don't have any more matchups.
So, thanks for watching episode 10 of Who'd Win.
Subscribe!
And we will return next week with a normal episode, but please keep your comments coming for future episodes and future matchups. Yeah. And we'll see you then. Thanks for watching. We hope you like our videos. We hope that everyone's doing really well during this quarantine and the pandemic that's changed our entire world. We are thinking about those of you who have hardship due to your work situation and certainly your health. If we don't know you, then we're going to have you in our thoughts anyway and hope that you feel as though you're starting to know us now. So if you like our videos, keep watching.
Hey guys, hit subscribe and hit the bell.